All right, y'all, today we got modest women are getting bullied off the internet by our girl Janae. Let's get right into the video, man. It's kind of crazy to see. We are getting to a point in time where the culture seemingly is rewarding cheeks and fun bags out everywhere. Lots of skin exposure. Me personally, I've never been mad at a beautiful woman being beautiful, bro. You know, I think it's sexy. I think it's attractive. So I'm not necessarily mad at a woman being sexy, you know, but there's lines, bro. I've even seen some people pulling up to like funerals and churches in lingerie and shit, and it's like, okay, the lines are starting to get blurred. Some of y'all ladies are taking this shit too far. Yeah, you want to lean into your sexuality and show like, yeah, you know, I'm confident as a woman in my body. Sure, you know, I'm all for that round of applause, but god damn, church gang, can a brother rest in peace? Let's get right into the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to Berto too. The link to that will be in the description. We're trying to run that up. I'm going to be posting some content over there real soon. Where you at, family? Let's get right into the video. Berto 2, Berto 2, Berto 2. Come on.
Where you at, Berto?
There's a new epidemic in the US that no one is talking about. That is the epidemic of modesty.
Women who make modesty content are some of the biggest pick-me's. You're actively saying, look at how covered I am. Don't I deserve the respect and she doesn't?
I'm so serious.
Yo, they make a problem out of everything now.
When I say I do not care about modesty.
Gen Z modesty, no. No, I'm not falling for it. I'm getting drunk, I'm wearing mini skirts, going to the club, staying out till 4 a.m. Maybe I'll have a cigarette.
Oh my god, that just pissed me off. It's like, there's nothing wrong with having a good time. There's nothing wrong with a woman saying she wants to, you know, have a good time every once in a while, but I don't know, bro. That shit is crazy. Yo, have some like level of responsibility. Like, damn, y'all are just degenerate now.
Can we leave the modest fashion after this year? You're 21. It is your responsibility to be hot.
Responsibility to be hot?
Women for being too modest. No, this is strictly perversion.
We have entered the day and age where the internet is dragging women for simply putting on clothes.
I see the curls.
Modesty being labeled as oppressive and covering up being called spiritual gaslighting, it's no longer just clothing. It's becoming a problem many people feel they need to call out. And the way people are talking about it now, it's becoming less criticism and something way more deeper we need to unpack. This video isn't going to be telling women how to dress. It's about what happens when women decide not to dress a certain way and why for some people it's a problem. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed, and I'm not saying you have to subscribe. If we want to be real, back in the day, no one really called modesty modesty. It was just how women showed up.
Yeah,
it was how
regular.
they were supposed to show up.
She looked like this. The same suit, but nicely fitted. Her plain pumps were in excellent taste, a good buy because they could be worn with practically everything. And her tailored blouse was perfect.
If you were going to prom, if you were going to church, your knees probably weren't showing. And it didn't feel restrictive, it just felt normal.
Now here is something super important. Bare knees were a no-no. Despite what you see in modern period dramas or 1950s musicals set in the 20s, you wouldn't usually expose your knees more than literally the lower edge of your kneecap.
No one accused you of hiding, of being insecure. No one thought you were ashamed to show your body. Now, of course, some people would argue that the modern era back in the day wasn't always as harmless as I'm making it out to seem. And they honestly wouldn't be wrong, because back then there definitely were women who were forcibly told that they needed to cover up to be respected.
While an occasional flash of an ankle or a calf was considered more or less appropriate, if a grown-up woman wanted to walk around the city in a knee-length dress, she would most likely ruin her reputation.
Author Amal Hawad doesn't wear the hijab and says the choice to wear one should be well informed.
There are women in the world who don't have a choice to wear it. you see discussion of choice more in the West. But we have to be honest about this not always being the case.
So, we're not going to ignore the fact that for some women, covering up was sometimes weaponized, either by their culture, their parents, or men. But over time, we've flipped the switch so much in the other direction that now choosing to cover up on your own terms is a little unsettling. It seems like modesty is coming with assumptions before you can even open your mouth.
Saying I dress modestly because I respect myself is just purity culture dressed up as a personality trait. Who said that?
Dressing modestly is no longer being seen as neutral. Instead, it's becoming something people feel like they need to explain, defend, or even tear down.
The amount of people that make fun of me for being a modest mother is so weird to me. I made a couple of videos about the swimsuits that me and my kids wear. They're high necks and they're tank tops that are long and they cover up everything. People are literally telling me I'm a bad mother because I don't—
Bad mother is crazy, bro. What the fuck is 2025? She's a bad mother because she's decided that she doesn't want her kids to be overexposed at a young age. Bad mother, gang. Like, I'm not gonna look at a mom that allows her, I don't know, 8-year-old daughter to wear just a regular bathing suit. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about something inappropriate. Just like a regular, I'm not going to look at that mom and be like, what the fuck? You're a bad mom. Your daughter, like, I'm not going to do that. But on the flip side, a mom that's like, you know what? This is my young girl. I'm going to make sure that she is very, not exposed, whatever, bathing suit, because I am very, I care about this very much. I want my daughter to learn modesty and, from a young age. And we're looking at that and calling that a bad mom. Yo, 2025, boy, 2025 in the big 2025. We getting cooked out here, G.
Let my kids wear bikinis and thongs. What is making me a bad mother? Teaching my kids that modesty is a good thing?
We're seeing modesty get treated as a warning sign instead of a wardrobe choice. Because the idea that some women may genuinely prefer to show less skin, that doesn't register anymore. Instead, what registers is that she's oppressed, ashamed, and trying to make a statement she never said.
The women who preach modesty be so male-centered. Their brain literally revolves around the thoughts of a man and securing a husband all day long and worshiping a man.
You have a face tat. Let me not do too much before I get fucking canceled or some shit.
You're actively saying, look at me. Look at how I'm doing it. Look at how I'm wearing it.
Are you not doing the same thing though? Look at how naked I am. Look at how I'm not wearing clothes. Yes, I'm so confident. Look at me. Like, y'all are really doing the same thing essentially, so everybody should just shut the fuck up.
Isn't this better than what she's doing?
Doing the same thing, bro.
As more women are starting to dress more modestly, people are trying to decode it like it's a message. Like maybe these women are trying to prove something, hide something, or be better than everyone else. We're seeing many people label modest women as insecure, performative.
This is the performative female. Wow. So we have the performative men, and then they have the performative females. This is crazy, man.
And even pick-me's.
Isn't it crazy that women are catching heat for being too modest? So now,
and it's only from other women. That's crazy.
Covering up. I heard a guy say that the reason they can't let this trend catch on is because the actual attractive women are going to win. Like, they can't participate.
The main argument seems to be that it's really not about modesty and it's more about a performance. Almost like a quiet way to say, look at me, I'm not like them.
Dressing modestly in Miami to show the girls that you can be sexy and elegant. Not all of us want to look like free hookers.
If your real goal was to get more women to dress more like you, to dress more modest, do you think addressing them like that is going to work? Do you think degrading them, belittling them, acting very disgusted towards them, calling them what you call them?
I mean, bro, they are walking around like hookers. Like, it's not necessarily degrading. They they chose the fit. They wearing the same shit that the strippers are wearing. What do you mean? That's an objective statement. You are dressed like a hooker. It doesn't sound nice, but I mean, it's true though.
I think that's what's gonna get them. Oh my goodness, yeah, she's totally right. I want to dress more modest.
The irony is, modesty was never supposed to be this loud, bold statement that had women wanting to be seen and looked at. It's just the reactions behind it made people look at it a lot more. And the way people are reacting to it circles back to one little insult that I'm pretty sure a lot of you have probably heard. And that is that a lot of the women dressing modestly are only dressing modest because they can't be sexy and show skin.
So these people who give these internet thing pieces about like, oh, dressing modest, it's because they don't know how to be sexy. I said it.
Which is a crazy argument.
Damn.
It's like if you're not participating in the sexy aesthetic, it's because you weren't invited. But I think a lot of people are forgetting that a lot of women didn't ask to be put in that aesthetic in the first place.
One thing that I will never understand is society's desire to taint innocence. I seen this video come across my TikTok, just from what I could tell from the caption. I can tell she's a Christian woman who is God-fearing and very modest. And in the comments, people were saying to free her, that she needs to go to a club.
Yeah,
that
society is fucking cooked. Here's a woman minding her business, dressing how she wants to dress, smiling. Look, she's smiling. And it's like people can't even accept that maybe she's just happy where she's at. Maybe this is the lifestyle that she wants to live. Everyone's trying to make something deeper. It's like really one of them situations where you're going up to somebody who's perfectly normal and be like, hey, blink if you're in trouble. And they're like, what? And there's, oh, fuck, look, they're holding her hostage. It's like, bro, maybe, but most likely not.
Needs to dress more provocative, that she needs to go to LA and become a model, that she needs to get on Love Island. We see something beautiful and it's like we want to throw it out to the wolves.
Now, I tapped into that conversation in my most recent video, Sexy is Starting to Look Desperate. A lot of you probably haven't seen it because YouTube decided to flag it because it was a little too hot to handle.
Really? Damn, YouTube be cooking, man.
So if you want to check that video out, I will leave it in the description box below so that you can get into the tea. But there's this growing assignment that if you're a young woman, you need to be outside, you need to be free, you need to be a hot girl.
What's this? Why is this being peddled to me on my For You page right before summer? Some woman on my For You page tried to sell me this. We are coming into summer, ladies. I want to see butt cheeks. I want to see some underboob.
Oh my God. It like, they're campaigning it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, bro, I'm not mad at a woman that just wants to do what she wants to do. If you want to fucking have your ass out, hey, that's on you. But it's just like, why are we campaigning? Why are we campaigning like, yo, all the girls need to pop out with the buns out? It's like, that's not a positive message, though.
Really hate to see young women. Every day I come on this app being robbed of their youth. And when I say young women, I mean like women between the ages of like 19 to like 26. Who lied to the girls and told the girls that they have to dress like middle-aged women who are dropping their kids off to school, who are going.
You know what's funny about all this? We reacted to a video and okay, now I'm pausing a lot, so I'm gonna let the shit run. But like, I just think it's so relevant. We were just reacting to a video not too long ago about Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is one of those women that got up on the internet, you know, was pushing for girls to catch mad bodies, have fun, you know, always link up with the rich niggas, finesse them for their money, be outside, you know, just pretty much pushing like, you're young, you're beautiful, you're bad, empowerment, You ladies, respectfully, bro, and I promise you, I'm trying to come at y'all the most respectful way possible. Y'all timeline is not the same as a man, bro. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm sure there's a lot of beautiful ladies out there that, you know, everybody ages differently. But let's just objectively, on a general level, I know this might not necessarily apply to you, but in general, you do realize your prime like on just a woman level, is typically about 20 to like 30. And then after 30, you're kind of turning the corner in general. And that's if you don't have kids. And honestly, I'd imagine most of y'all girls, when y'all was probably in high school and shit, you was telling yourselves, oh yeah, I'm probably going to be married and have kids by like fucking 22, 23, 24, 25. So it's like, how do those two things align? You want to be outside, you want to be a hot girl, you don't want to be modest, you know what I'm saying? You just want to have fun, you just want to focus on yourself and fucking suck everything that moves because you're a woman that can be independent and do everything that you feel like you can do, right? But then think about it. You're going to do that all the way. That's what Brittany Renner did. Now she's on the internet talking about, I wish men would just forget my past. I wish men would just accept me for who I am. Now I've matured. I've learned my lesson. I regret doing those things. Notice it's always young girls that are inexperienced and don't really have anything to stand on and are just listening to other people that are going around preaching this stuff. Oh yeah, be hot girl summer, have fun, have fun, have fun. You're going to turn 30 one day too. You're going to turn 35 one day too. You're going to turn 40 one day too. And if you have a reputation of being a hoe, you have a reputation of being outside, you still trying to keep up with the young girls. Mind you, there's going to be a new batch of, 25-year-old girls that's going to be running around being hot, having fun. And the successful rich niggas that are, were the nice guy and trying to, build something with you and do something nice with you. You think they're going to be looking around at the 40-year-old women that are kind of on their way out on the attractive scale? No. Most of them are not. And I'm speaking in general here. I'm not necessarily just speaking on just my personal opinion, but let's just be real. Most of them are not. So it's like y'all are playing yourselves and you don't even realize it. And then when you realize, it's going to be too late. That's what happened to Brittany Renner. It's too late. Everybody already got a reputation about her. Everybody already knows, like, nah, bro, you was outside. You on camera talking about you had a threesome. A lot of y'all girls are doing that right now, getting up on TikTok, telling your story times about, we be reacting to them, telling your story times about how you be, you done hooked up with this nigga and did all this. You guys are exposing yourselves, putting all your dirty laundry out there, acting a fool, showing your ass to the camera, everything. And it's fun now. It's cool now. Again, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a great time. But that's not the only priority in life. That can't be the only priority in life. The only priority in life cannot just be having a good time and looking sexy. And that goes for everybody, not just the ladies. Y'all are overly prioritizing this shit. You are overly fixated and focused on this shit. Before you know it, you're going to blink. Your ass going to be 40, single, miserable. And if you're lucky, hopefully you ain't got no kids. Because that's probably going to still give you some edge. But maybe you'd have been fucking so much, you had an accident and got knocked up. And baby daddy don't want to be in the picture. So now you're raising one by yourself. I'm telling you, bro, y'all need to calm down. Y'all need to calm down.
To Pilates, we're getting coffee. I just want the girls to be sexy and cool again.
Now, when the girlies said that clothing was becoming more conservative, last night I was window shopping on the typical sites, Shein, Fashion Nova. Where is the cleavage?
Now, this is the part where we're going to have a lot of people mad in the comments. A lot of women aren't dressing for themselves. They're dressing for proof that they still got it. And while, yes, y'all know I'm not the type of person that will shame a woman for wanting to show skin, for wanting to be seen, there's just a difference in being empowered in your body and then feeling pressured to have to prove that empowerment.
Every time I take a photo and I want to give sexy, I feel like it never comes out like that. I hate that my face is just like cute and not like seductive, and like I have no idea how to portray myself as like a sexy individual.
And I really want to say this because I've been getting a lot of comments of people saying, Janae, you only point out women and what they're wearing and what they're doing. First of all, this is the girl talk. okay? A lot of you get it, but a lot of people, they only see the surface level of these conversations and they think that I'm pointing fingers at only women. We're pointing fingers at the deeper meaning behind them. For the people who only see the surface, I'm gonna need you to go a little deeper. Just a little deeper. But if you've been here long enough, you know.
Don't let these hoes trigger you, girl. Keep doing your thing. We fuck with your videos over here, the guys, the brothers.
That everything we're talking about ties right back into social media. Social media praises this behavior. They praise women for being confident, but only when it looks a certain way. So if confidence comes in a turtleneck, suddenly it's giving pick me or save me.
You know, it's really crazy. As soon as a woman doesn't want to have clothes on, as soon as a woman wants to wear a bikini, wants to have her stomach out, her boobs out, her butt out,
she's confident.
It's fine. As soon as a woman who wants to wear long sleeve, wants to cover their hair, doesn't want to show their bum, their boobs,
insecure,
it's an issue. It's a problem.
Now let's be real. Women dress modest for multiple reasons. It could be for comfort. It could be it's just because it's their style, or maybe even their religion. And one of the biggest criticisms that a lot of modest women face today is that their modesty isn't real. It's a cry for help in disguise.
So my hijab comes into question whenever I mention cultural issues. People say things like, so take down the patriarchy by taking off your hijab. It's that easy. I have to clarify, my hijab isn't cultural, it's religious. And no, I'm not oppressed, but if I feel empowered wearing it, you have no authority to tell me to take it off because it doesn't fit your standards of empowerment.
That's crazy. Like, even just, why does this even need to be explained?
The moment a woman chooses to cover herself up with hijab, suddenly it's oppression. Suddenly she must be brainwashed, controlled, or forced. So freedom only counts when it fits your narrative.
Now here's where it gets a little concerning and alarming, because some people aren't just uncomfortable about modesty, they see it as oppressive.
Why is modesty even encouraged? Like, why do we have certain dress codes in schools? Why is not being modest considered immoral? It's oppression. It's oppression towards women.
Oppression? Oh, modesty is yo, bro. Oh my God. Modesty is oppression is what she's saying.
That's what it is.
And it's wild how we fought for freedom of expression just to shame the women who express it differently.
Yeah. I'm thinking about quitting my modesty series because people are way too judgmental. Let's talk about it. So I started a modesty series where I show you guys how I make outfits more modest. The point of the series was to show you guys that modesty isn't this religious, judgmental, opinionated standard that people have created. The level of backlash and judgment I received was way more than I expected.
If we wanted to play enemy's advocate, because y'all know we're always going to look at the other side, there are women who are pressured to dress modestly, especially in certain situations.
And that's where it's like, again, it sucks for those women, and I'm not saying that they should just be ignored, but it's just not fair to just point at everybody's situation and be like, she's oppressed, she's being controlled. It's like, bro, that's not everybody's reality, bro. If anything, I'd imagine that's kind of the minority.
Where it's used more as control than choice.
A man is not making me wear the hijab, I am making myself wear the hijab. Every single day I wake up and I make the conscious decision to wear it, but if I wake up one day and don't want to, I don't have to.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Evident from these takes that you've always viewed the hijab as an option, something you can put on by choice or take off by choice. For millions of women living in Iran and Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia, it is not optional. It is literally the law.
Yeah, but they're not living there though. So that's no different than me waking up and want to put a fucking hat on. My hair's a mess today. I'm not feeling confident about it. I want to wear something over my head. Like, why do we have to make it any deeper than that? Holy shit. Holy shit. This is crazy. And some of y'all gonna say like, oh no, that's disrespectful, bro, because that specifically has something to do with religion. Okay, bro. There's some people out there that struggle with their religion. They're trying to get more, they're trying to be more religious. They're trying to uphold certain standards, and sometimes they fall short, nigga, just like you do too, every day of your motherfucking life. Y'all acting like y'all perfect.
But that's not the case for everyone. This idea that you might simply just have your own standards is starting to be treated as delusion, and I understand that it probably gets really frustrating because the women who choose to dress modestly are hearing from other people you only dress that way because someone told you to.
Do y'all realize that this modest summer trend is a push from conservatives to have control over your bodies? Like, do you guys know that? Because I see so many people posting about the mood for the summer is modest summer. I feel like it's propaganda at this point.
Your womb develops a child. Your breast feed children. I believe that men knew that. They saw it, they were jealous, and they decided to tell us that it was disgusting and to cover it up.
It's like modesty has to be explained while everything else just gets celebrated by society. And honestly, I believe that's why this war started. There's this back and forth between women who feel policed for showing too much, and then on the other hand, there's women who feel attacked for not showing enough.
Why is it so imperative that you do have to have your ass and tits out? I think some of us be out here doing too much and just not realizing like our body's a temple. But
first and foremost, the audacity for you to be critiquing my desire to have my cleavage out for the summer while your cleavage is out in the video. You're in this video shaming me for wanting to have cleavage and talking about what's wrong with being a little mysterious with your body while I can see down your shirt.
And it turned into less of a conversation about choice and more of a competition between who's doing it right. If you're a modest woman and you feel like people are coming at you for the ways that you dress, the judgment can definitely be there. The assumptions can most likely be loud and proud, but your choice is still your choice and you don't owe anyone an explanation for doing it. Modesty doesn't mean you're better than everyone else, but it also doesn't mean you're broken, insecure, or in need of saving. It's just that in a culture that constantly demands access to everything, choosing not to give that access is the biggest power move you could ever pull. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
W video by that girl, man. At the end of the day, I kind of already said my thoughts, so I'm definitely curious to hear y'all feedback, bro. You know, this is kind of one of them controversial topics, but it's just like, at the end of the day, bro, do what you want. My ladies, just be honest with yourself. If you are confident dressing a certain way, then cool, man. But I do think the only other thing that should come on top of that, pause, is time and place. You know what I'm saying? Respect. You know, we've reacted to a few videos where if you're a fucking teacher, yes, you need to be overly modest. You know what I mean? We're not debating that shit like that no more. It's like, bro, this the kids. You're there to teach. You're not there to, like, yes, you want to be confident and beautiful in your own way, and you can do that modestly. But it's kind of like when you have kids of your own, it's not about you no more. It's about the kids. You got to put the kids above you for real. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure that you are providing and doing the best by them in every way, shape, or form. So that's just a perfect example where it's like, it's not even about you so much. So I think there are certain settings where there's time and place, but on your own time, if you want to dress fucking like a goddamn stripper, like, hey, and that makes you feel good, go right ahead. But then to point the finger at the woman that makes pretty much the same decision, like, nah, bro, I'm trying to be covered head to toe and do my thing and not feel good about it, she's a pick me. It's like, bro, that shit is so lame. It's like, let people do what they want, bro. That's all how I feel. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name's Berto. Where you at, family? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?